Hey everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SouthRidge Monaro build. So, we've come all the way out here to the Monaro state titles in Victoria, and we've seen some amazing cars, everything from HK all the way up to V2 Monaro, and everyone really put it on this time round, almost 200 cars here. And it's been a fantastic day. The weather, again, has been the worst in a while, especially in the morning. But it actually cleared up enough during the day and it was pretty good. So I've shot a bunch of B-roll for this, and there is a lot of cars to see. So I'm just going to let that play as we go through what was the highlight and what was some downfalls here and there. And we'll just take it from there. Alright, we're off. See you, mate. Have a good one. Safe trip home, eh? Alright guys, so let's start with the downfalls. So I had planned to put in my Colson seats that I got. I had taken them off the rail, as you've probably seen in one of the upcoming videos, and then I sort of hit with the point where it's a bit more involved because I'm dealing with a seat base that was more or less for, say, an executive, I imagine, and then I've got to essentially make it work with a Calais level, level 3 seat base. So I'm going to have to get a donor seat, probably out of a Calais or something like that, maybe a Bellina, something that has electric tilt built into it as well. And then of course getting the Manaro latch to work and all that sort of stuff. So that set me back a bit. So I couldn't turn up with the seats in there. It would have been great to have the Colsons in the Monaro, but it is what it is. Another thing is I entered into the wrong category, mainly because I got a little confused, as some people do. I got a little confused, as some people do. But for me, it's just my own pure stupidity. I can't put it down to anything else. So I had originally gone into for judging in street modified, which made total sense to me at the time, and I should have just sticked with that. But for some reason, I decided to switch it to factory improved, and I think my rationale is because I double checked and I jumped online and I looked up other categories out there, and factory improved seemed to make sense. I'm like, oh yeah, this car's had some updates to it, otherwise it's factory. I'm using factory-esque kind of components like the Brembos you can get from GM technically. The bonnet, it's a GM item as well. So it's all about factory items improving the car, not street modified, right? So I got that completely wrong. Factory improved is literally factory improved. So if you ordered a car on the production line, it's, you get judged on the basis that essentially someone ticked all the boxes on the production line and they got all these great options on their car. That's what they consider factory improved. Next year when I go to the South Australia Adelaide Monaro Nationals, that'd be great. I'll enter into street modified without a doubt. So that was a big screw up. And to add to that, I'm obviously then parked in a spot with a bunch of factory improved cars, and these guys hate cars that are modified. I had a real laugh at my expense, and that's alright. I did meet some good people at the car show. Some people that came from interstate as well. And there's some really good characters out there with a lot of information, as always. And they're just interesting people, like their background, you know, whether they're involved with Holden or a racing team or things like that. It was really cool just to run into those kind of characters and hear their stories, yeah. But yeah, on top of that, you get to see their cars and what they've got going on, and what their plans are. It's always the same thing. It just inspires you to go back home, start preparing the next thing that you want to do to your car, and just keep going, keep enjoying the process. I think that's like 99% of the people out there, whether they realise it or not. They might be the type of person that pays everything with a checkbook. But that's okay, because in their mind, it's the process of figuring out what the next quality thing is that they're going to do, and they plan it out and they execute it, whether it's paying for it or doing it themselves. It's a process. So everyone loves talking about that. It's like whether they go, oh, and I had to take it to this workshop and get this done, and then, oh, we wouldn't believe the fuel line fitting didn't work and I had to source another one, get that over to the workshop. Like, or if it's someone's like, they're on the flip side, oh, I was installing my fuel line and I ordered the wrong one and I had to go to this, you know, some warehouse to get a new fitting, and I got it just done in time for the show. Like, it's always an interesting process. So yeah, if you're out there and you're listening to this, I hope you enjoy the footage. There was some really nice cars, as always. There's some. I'm impressed by the amount of HKs and, you know, HQs and stuff like that came out. Beautiful cars. And considering the amount of rain that we've had, they're pretty brave to take those cars out. Like, I felt like it was pretty sketchy in my car. And it's a V2, you know, 2000 model, 2002 or 2003. And these guys are driving around and shooting down rain, and it's and they're driving like a 1969 car, you know, that's questionable with what modifications have been done to it, and you know, they're just braving it, so good on them. So I guess following from this episode, ideally, I think I'm going to go try and tackle the seats. Whether I get that done before the Christmas break or not, I'm not sure. But we'll give it a crack. The other thing is, I might have a go at doing the Astra power steering. That could be a nice update that doesn't really take away from the factory look. It just cleans up the bay a bit. So I might do that as well. So until then, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you enjoyed all the footage of the vehicles, all the Monaros that came along. And make sure to like, share and subscribe. And yeah, take care on the roads. Alright everyone, see ya.